Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode. I want to focus quickly on the fence wall. Two things. I want to talk about damproofing and waterproofing because I see a lot of capillary activity on beautiful mansions in Ghana. This is a huge thing. And then I know most of you will be more interested in how much it costs to do this. So I'll talk about it. Just make sure you watch till the end of the video. Now you see that we've excavated the foundation for the fence wall and we put the concrete in the fence wall floor in the foundation. Now, I mentioned in the previous video that I've contracted a structural engineer who has advised me to take some measures to stem capillary activity right here at the foundation. The next video coming, he advised me to buy the bitumen emulsion paint, damproofer and waterproofer. This is 2 in 1. One cost about 850 Ghana cedis, but I bought 4 and had a discount for 50 Ghana cedis on each one. We did not use all of the paint. I think we've used about 2 and a half. The remaining paint will be used for the main building. Now, the second measure I took was the damproofing plastic membrane. We use that for the actual building. When you lay a few course of block, then you put that black damproofing membrane on top of the block before you continue laying the block with. That prevents any capillary dampness, water coming up. It stamps it at that. So I think taking these 2 measures over here will completely eradicate any water dampness, soaking the fence wall and leading to that blackish mold and that thing that's an eyesore and most buildings and fences in Ghana. Now in this shot you see that we've laid about 1 course of block after painting the fence wall concrete in the foundation, and then the pillars are taking shape. So one thing I did was, rather than using metal grid or stripe fence all around the building, we will erect the structure or blockwork and partitions on 3 sides of the building. That's the left, right, and the back. And then the front of the building, which you see over here, we'll raise the fence wall to about 5 foot or so, and the remaining level will be all metal or grid stripes, something like that, for a design. Now I know my mom is concerned that raising the wall too high might prevent ventilation and she will not be able to see outside. But I have to convince her that the fence wall is for protection, not just for aesthetics. All right. Now you see that we have 2 block course and the fence wall. Now the next thing you see that we did was we put a concrete beam, iron rods and concrete beam on top of this 2 layer of blocks from the foundation for 2 reasons: to prevent cracks coming from the foundation to the top of the fence, and then also to solidify the fence and make it strong. All right, so I hope you're taking some notes, and I hope that this is helpful to you. In the next moment, a few moments to come, you see that we will lay the concrete beam as I talked about. Again, I know most people were concerned about the cost. That's the Ghanaian way. Ghanaians are much concerned about cost. So please watch till the end of my narrative over here, and I provide you with some breakdown on how much I've spent on this. And if you're wondering how wide or how the area of this fence, off the top of my head, I cannot tell you because I've already put it in one of the descriptions and maybe in my very first video, second video, so please go back and watch that. Now you see the reinforced concrete beam I talked about at the base of the fence wall. And I like this. The structural engineer advised me to do this. And most Kenyans do not invest in this because of the cost. But the good news is this did not cost me any more money. It was all part of the initial price I received for the fence wall. All right, so the next few shots you see in this video, you see that we've painted the concrete beam after laying the downproofing membrane on top of it, as you can see here. And then we painted it with the bitumen waterproofing and dampproofing paint. So this is the right hand side of the fence. If you face the building, there is a street over there, and we've raised the fence to about 4 block course after the beam. Now my idea is to raise this side of the fence to about 7 feet or 8 feet and then step it down as it slopes toward the other side of the building. There are 2 gates here. One gate in front of the building, right in front of the garage, and then the second gate on this side where the video is moving. All right, so now you see the front over here. I think it looks beautiful. So a few gravels and sand remaining. Now, as he moves down here, I want to point your attention to a red arrow coming up. It's just a building adjacent on this opposite side of the street. You see a lot of capillary activity beneath the fence. So of course, they did not plaster the fence, but you see, that's what I'm trying to prevent with the painting. All right, so I hope you're taking some notes, because the last time I've been in Accra, see very beautiful mansions, but a lot of capillary activity. I think this is the first time most of you are seeing the back of the building. So there's a plus. As you can see, we've raised the back fence to about 8 feet, which is very ideal. The average Kenyan is about 6 foot tall. So raising this fence to 8 feet is high enough. On top of this, I'm going to put an electric fence for my mom, which should provide enough protection so that nobody can jump over it. This is the side. I think the video cut a little shorter than I thought, but that was a side where we have the second gate. I mentioned in my very first video narrative that my mom has an old building behind the previous the new building, and we're going to erase that with some caterpillar and bulldozer and use the back for a summer hut or a swimming pool. So you see, we've closed the excavation and we've painted all the block holes in the foundation. Now, this is the moment of truth. A lot of you might be wondering how much this costs. So first of all, let me break this down. I did not spend any more money on the blocks. The blocks you see over here are the residual blocks from building the main house. And to my surprise, we still have a lot of blocks remaining, which is very good. So the price my mason gave me was 40,000, but then he reduced it to somewhere like 29,000. The labor cost is somewhere around 12,000, and the remaining money is just materials, iron rods, cement, and all of that. But remember, 90% of the blocks we used were from the residual from the actual building. Now, the only blocks I bought were commercial grade blocks for the side where we have encroachment. I bought about 700 commercial grade blocks. So you see the arrow over there. I think that helps to prevent dampness on that side of the roof. I also installed a rain gutter for them at no cost to them. All right, I think this is the end of the video. Again, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.